I'm Andrew Zimmern. Perfect Edna Lewis influenced fried chicken using the right tools to break down our raw meat and, quite frankly, a flawless technique for frying. That's culinary happiness. Stick around, I'm going to teach you how to do it. So the first thing that I want to do, because it also shows you how you might spatchcock a bird, we'll just show you different moves along the way. Use the chicken's skin color to guide your cuts as you remove the backbone of the bird. And if you follow that line, you actually go right through those rib cages and those pieces, and you take out something that has really no meat on it whatsoever, and you can reach down and you can actually just crack that. You hear that little noise? That's all it is. And it flattens out this breast curved piece. From here, I find it very easy. Take your boning knife and just let it run between those pieces of skin. In other words, there's nothing holding this dark quarter to the white quarters. And I just cut off those legs and thighs. So now I have a whole dark quarter. And if you just roll back the skin, you will see a thin line of interior fat. If you follow that line with your knife, you will cut directly in between the connective joint, the knee, between the leg and the thigh. It is the easiest cut on the bird. Just simply do it with this knife, lay it right there, and just go right through the joint. Cut the pieces of skin. Nothing could be easier. I want to show you one of the reasons to have a cleaver. I happen to love just taking that little piece off. It releases those 4 tendons. So by doing that, you're going to get a really nice French look. I like these little wing tips for stocks. You can go through them with your cleaver while it's in your hand. And then with either my cleaver or my boning knife, I like to slice through this part of the breast to free the drummy and give me just a little more meat on that. So I just come down right through that joint. There's 45 degrees, about a ½ inch up, right through. And now the wing is more valuable. It has more meat on it. I'm going to show you how to take the boneless breast off of there, and then we'll fry this piece. Do you see that line down there? All I want to do is put my knife on one side of that and make an incision. Just go straight down. Now, this thin, long boning knife can do its job that no other knife does as well, which is I'm just feathering this against the rib cage all the way down the bird. But you now have a boneless chicken breast. What I want to do right now is take this cleaver and come down through on the other side of that keel bone. And all I'm going to do is take this little piece off because I find it objectionable when I'm frying. And this bone right here and this little bone in there is the only thing that is going to interfere with my eating pleasure. And it's really going to add some flavor to the chicken as it fries. And you could just, the meat will pull right off it. Let's get our dirty stuff out of the way. Put it over here. I'm going to wash my hands and we'll season it. So our next job is to season our bird. I'm going to season my flour with pepper and salt, but I also season my buttermilk. Add some salt. With the salt and the pepper and the buttermilk, this is a type of brine. And I just want to put about a tablespoon or 2 of this blend. I developed this blend with my friends at Padilla, and then all you want to do is stir this all together. All of my chicken is submerged, and that's all I care about. And stick this in the refrigerator. 48 hours is great. 24 hours is really good enough. 24 hours has gone by. Let's get our chicken out of the fridge. Beautiful. Let's get the flour into our bag. And there is no better vessel for dredging large pieces and large volumes of chicken than a shopping bag. Now, I only have one chicken in there, so I'm going to go 2 cups of flour. I'm going to season it heavily with salt. I'm going to season it heavily with pepper. All you want to do, fold this over once and give it a shake. I love making fried chicken. Salt and pepper is evenly distributed. And then all you do is take your pieces one at a time out of the marinade. Oh, look, I got 2 pieces there for the price of 1. You can see how much buttermilk has been absorbed there by the chicken. And then I give it an extra fold. Do not violently shake it. Turn it upside down and hold it and shake it. If you do this, you will dump your chicken out the bottom. So now we know this is all ready to go. So I'm going to heat up the oil in my cast iron. I let this get up to 380 degrees. Don't drop or dump your fried chicken in there. Lay it in away from you. If you lay it in away from you, you will never, ever, ever splash oil on yourself. So just put it in and purposely lay it away from you. This is our boneless, skinless chicken breast right here. Lay this away from ourselves. And when those pieces go in, I raise the temperature. Here's another leg away from me. This one beautifully covered. I'm going to slide that over here and put it away from me. I'll get a chance to submerge in a little while. And then the last piece I have is that piece of beautiful bone-in chicken, and lay that away from you. This is going to take 25 to 30 minutes to fry. The wings are going to come out first, along with the boneless, skinless chicken breast. They don't take that long, maybe 10, 15 minutes. And then the dark meat and the bone-in breast is typically done at the same time. All of this bubbling is moisture leaving the chicken. Once it gets really, really quiet, that chicken is almost done. At this point, I throw in my pieces of bacon. The reason I don't throw them in right away is they might burn. Now, they are just going to season my oil. Why am I putting bacon in my oil? Well, Edna Lewis recommended it. The bacon fat and flavor will go into that chicken. I promise you. I just put 4 pieces in there. I'm just going to let that go for another 20, 25 minutes, taking pieces out as need be. Now is the time to get a tray, ideally with a rack on it and paper towel underneath so air circulates around it. See you in 20 minutes. So as you can see, the bubbling has quieted down. Arguably the most important thing you're going to do when it's nice and hot and comes right out of there, season it again. So now this is super, super perfect. It's been resting for 25 minutes. I mean, this fried chicken is about as perfect as it gets, my humble opinion. And I just want to show you just how delectable. I mean, I love the drummies and the flats of the wing. It's just fantastic with that extra white meat on there. There is no better proof that you have perfect fried chicken than just this cascade of stained glass, fragile shards of crust falling on your board. That the meat just comes cleanly off the bone, but it's super moist. There's nothing dry about this. I'm going to cut this in half just to show you how perfect that white meat has turned out. That push stroke that we talked about before. Look at how moist. When I push with my knife, that is just juicy, boneless, skinless breast. That is a sign of perfectly fried chicken. I need to walk away now because I'm just going to house this entire thing. We have other work to do.